Hello, I'm Dominic Walker. Welcome to JMW's Inside Man YouTube channel. Please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and keep the conversation going in the comments section as well. There's been a case recently where Zara sued a much smaller fashion house. Emmett Halkin is a trainee solicitor within JMW's intellectual property department. So, Emmett, what happened?
Well, if ever there was a David and Goliath situation, Dominic, in IP cases, this is as good as it gets, because what you have is a international fashion icon company, that is Zara, bringing forward two claims of trademark infringement against House of Zana, which is a small fashion company based in lovely Darlington, Durham. And these two claims were brought forward to the IPEC, Intellectual Property Enterprise Court proceedings. And yeah, as I say, a massive David and Goliath situation. We have a powerhouse against a small independent fashion company.
So what did the tribunal decide?
They essentially separated the two claims, understandably. And the first claim under Section 5.2b was in reference to analysing stuff like the factors, rather, like the visual, oral, conceptual similarities in the marks, and whether they would create a likelihood of confusion on behalf of the average consumer. When the judge really delved into his judgment, when analysing factors such as like the purchasing process, or even just basic things like the comparison of the marks, what he did is he separated the house of, when in regards to the contested mark House of Zana. And although Zara's representatives argued that the house of should be essentially secondary and there should be more focus on the dominant word, which is Zana, the judge disagreed and said that the house of element of the mark, when said as a whole, it forms a unit which is more substantial than the four-letter word alone, Zana. When assessing the visual similarity, the judge said that if you look at Zara and Zana, there's only a one-letter difference, and because the word is so short, that the average consumer is able to recognize the difference, whereas if it was a 10-letter word, for example, and there was a one-letter difference, naturally there'd be more confusion on behalf of the average consumer. But even if you analyze, for example, the conceptual similarities and dissimilarities in the mark, Zara's representatives put forward that both Zara and Zana originate from the same origin. And if you're looking from the perspective of the average consumer, not everyone is to know the origins of Zana. To most, it would be a meaningless word. The applicant in this said that it was of an Albanian heritage and it was meaningless. It meant fairy tales in Albanian. And so when the representatives of Zara said that the meanings of the word the origins of the word were similar, the judge said, well, hold on, not every single consumer that's going to buy Zara or buy from House of Zana is to know the etymology or the meanings of the words. And so beyond the fact that there may be a similarity in the sense of maybe female names, the judge was happy in stating that there was no conceptual link. The second claim that was brought forward, I'll quickly summarize this. There was less detail on this one, but this essentially was Zara claiming that House of Zana would be riding on the back of Zara and their reputation, and without due cause taking unfair advantage of the reputation that Zara has rightly so built. What the judge did here is he assessed what Zara is famous for, what their reputation is famous for, and he brought it down to two things fundamentally. The first being the sort of prediction and reflection of fashion trends, which I'm sure we both agree Zara is very good at doing that. And the second aspect of their reputation he referred to was the aspect of affordability. The judge assessed that, yes, there may be a mental link between Zara and House of Zana, but it'd be no more than fleeting. And because of that, House of Zana would not be exploiting the earlier mark of Zara. And so it failed under this claim. And those two claims together meant that House of Zana won. Again, a huge David and Goliath situation, but in this case, the smaller underdog as it were, won the case.
Emmett, thank you very much for your insight. And if you'd like to speak to Emmett and the intellectual property team, you can email insideman@jmw.co.uk or call 0161 82 81 999. Please also subscribe to the JMW Inside Man YouTube channel for all the latest legal news, hints and tips. I'm Dominic Walker, JMW's Inside Man.